Good evening, and welcome to what might be the most dramatic week of knockout football this World Cup has given us. Brazil are out, England are through on the wildest of nights in Mexico City, and two fresh do-or-die ties kick off today. Let's get into every angle. We start in New Jersey because Erling Haaland has just delivered one of the defining individual performances of this tournament. Norway beat five-time champions Brazil 2-1 at Newark, New Jersey Stadium to reach their first-ever World Cup quarterfinal, and this one turned on fine margins from the very first half. Brazil had the golden chance to seize control early, earning a penalty, but Norway's goalkeeper Ørjan Nyland produced a phenomenal diving save to deny Bruno Guimaraes from the spot. That save changed the entire complexion of the match. Norway made it count almost immediately after, Fredrik Sjeldrup rising above Gabriel to power home a header from a whipped left-wing cross, and suddenly it was Brazil chasing the game in front of their own huge traveling support. As the clock wound down and Brazil threw everyone forward, Haaland produced the moment this World Cup will remember him for, hammering a low, ice-cold finish into the bottom corner from the edge of the box in the 90th minute. Neymar, who had only just entered the fray in the 67th minute, pulled one back from the penalty spot deep into stoppage time, but it was nowhere near enough. Haaland's brace pulls him level with Messi on 7 goals for the tournament, firmly in the Golden Boot conversation, and Brazil suffer their earliest World Cup exit since 1990, extending a remarkable and painful run to 6 straight tournaments eliminated by European opposition. For Carlo Ancelotti, brought in specifically to end Brazil's 24-year wait for a 6th star, the search continues. For Norway, this is uncharted territory, a maiden quarterfinal, and they will not fear anyone standing in their way. Now to Mexico City, and Estadio Azteca produced an absolute classic. England battled back from adversity to beat Mexico 3-2 and punch their ticket to the quarterfinals, but they had to survive everything the co-hosts and a raucous home crowd could throw at them. Jude Bellingham was the headline act of this entire tournament tonight, scoring twice in just 98 seconds during the first half, a lightning double that stunned the Azteca into silence. Harry Kane then showed nerves of pure steel, slotting home from the penalty spot to make it 3-0 at one stage, even with England forced to play a huge chunk of the match down to 10 men after Jarell Quansah picked up a red card. Mexico refused to fold. Julian Quiñones and Raúl Jiménez both found the net to drag the co-hosts back into a grandstand finish, turning the closing stages into pure chaos. But England's resolve held firm all the way to the final whistle. It's a result that keeps England's long wait for major tournament glory alive and kicking, and it sets up an absolutely mouth-watering quarterfinal showdown against Holland's rampant Norway in Miami on the 11th of July. 2 European heavyweights, 2 informed talismen, 1 spot in the semifinals. Let's rewind briefly and take stock of how we got to this knockout round, because the round of 32 produced fireworks across the board. France put down a marker with a comfortable 3-0 win over Sweden, while Mexico eased past Ecuador 2-0 to maintain their perfect run through the group phase. Norway actually needed extra time just to get past Ivory Coast 2-1 in the previous round before their statement win over Brazil. Spain have been ruthless, dispatching Austria 3-0, while Portugal needed a fight to see off Croatia 2-1, Cristiano Ronaldo continuing to carry the goal-scoring burden with 3 goals already in this tournament, including a brace against Uzbekistan. Switzerland eliminated Algeria 2-0 to keep their own campaign rolling. Belgium survived a real scare, coming from 2 goals down to beat Senegal 3-2 after extra time, one of the great comebacks of the round. The co-host United States men's team overpowered Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0, playing a significant portion of the second half with 10 men and still finding a way through. Egypt needed penalties to see off Australia, while World Cup debutants Cape Verde pushed defending champions Argentina all the way to extra time before Lisandro Martinez struck the winner deep in the additional period, a heartbreaking end for one of the great underdog stories of this tournament. Colombia edged past Ghana 1-0, and Morocco have been one of the form teams of the entire competition, dismantling co-hosts Canada 3-0 to send the Canadians home and continue their run as arguably the most dangerous side left in the draw. Which brings us to today, and the drama does not stop for a single moment. Attention shifts now to AT&T Stadium in Dallas, where Spain face Portugal in what is genuinely one of the must-watch fixtures of the entire knockout stage, a captivating Iberian derby in the round of 16. These two nations have history at the World Cup, meeting for the first time back in South Africa 2010, where Spain swept past Portugal on their way to a maiden World Cup title. 8 years later in Russia, Ronaldo produced an iconic hat-trick in a 3-3 group stage draw between the sides. Now they meet for a third time on the World Cup stage, and the stakes could not be higher. Portugal arrive full of confidence after that battling 2-1 win over Croatia, with Ronaldo the constant central figure, looking to add to his tournament tally. Spain come into this full of momentum too, riding that emphatic 3-0 demolition of Austria in the previous round. And whoever wins this one moves one step closer to a spot in the quarterfinals. And later tonight, the co-hosts' storylines continue at Lumen Field in Seattle, where the United States face Belgium in the round of 16, a repeat of their nail-biting encounter from the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, where Belgium eventually won and went on to finish third at that tournament after beating England in the third-place playoff. 12 years almost to the day, these two sides meet again with a quarter-final spot on the line. The Americans had been building nicely, overpowering Bosnia and Herzegovina in the previous round, and a win tonight would see the co-hosts match their best modern-era World Cup finish. Belgium, for their part, showed serious character to come from 2 goals down against Senegal in extra time last time out, proving they have the resilience for a knockout run even when things aren't going their way early. So here is where this tournament stands heading into the night. Brazil are gone, their earliest exit since 1990. England and Norway are already through, set to collide in Miami, with Holland the man in form and Bellingham the man of the moment for the Three Lions. And 2 more massive tickets to the quarterfinals get punched today, Spain against Portugal in Dallas and the United States against Belgium in Seattle. Every round from here only gets tighter, every mistake more costly, every moment of brilliance more permanent. Stay with us, because this World Cup just keeps raising the stakes.